Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I just woke up about half an hour ago and I'm hungry, so we're gonna get in a quick review. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my back room today, which means we get Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind me. Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my I Bet shirt. I bet, you say? Yes. And mind you, it's I, but it's like, okay, like all right, but it's I, and then space bet. That's the whole thing. What is I Bet? They are a they refer to themselves as a hoodcore band, which is a unique term that I was unfamiliar with until I got into these guys. Sort of a rap metal group that comes from the south side of Chicago. I found out about their stuff early in the year 2024. I'd been really wanting to see them live, and fortunately, I finally was able to make that happen a few days ago. They went over there and they were able to get on a tour that was coming through. They were a perfect fit. I love their show, man. They were super badass, extremely nice guys. I'm a huge fan now, for sure. I'm hoping to see them again real soon. I got some videos of their performance as well as the performance of the other bands on that show. They're on the channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, if you're interested in their stuff, I can kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're super badass. But anyway, folks, what are we doing here? Why it's food. So yeah, as a general rule of thumb, I try not to do reviews too close after I first wake up because I tend to be a little bit groggy and a little bit blah, 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 blah. But I woke up and I was really hungry because I was actually out at another show last night. And, I got home, I crashed, I hadn't really had anything to eat since the show. And I was like, well, I don't have a lot in the house, but I do have, boom, it's from Cup Noodles. This is part of their stir fry line. This is their rice with noodles, General Tso's chicken flavor. Ooh, it's stir fried rice with Asian noodles and sauce. It is 1 out of 6 chili peppers, so it is not very spicy at all. And if you watch my show, you know I do a lot of these things. This, in fact, is going to end up in my playlist called Ramen Reviews, which, even though it's not exactly ramen, it's basically a playlist for like instant food items and stuff. And yeah, man, it was just, put some water in there, put it in for 4.5 minutes. There you go. So, yeah, I mean, rice in the morning? Sure, I'm down with that. Let's can we get a thing for the thing? We'll kind of scoop some up. Think we can make this happen. Looks like, it is this. Ha 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 ha. Let's give it a go before any more falls. Okay. Okay, I see what they're going for with this. Because, I mean, instant rice bowls are definitely a thing. But mixing it with noodles, one has to wonder why. I think the idea was by adding in the noodles, it adds in a little bit of a different textural element to it. And so I think it kind of helps to some extent. I think the thinking behind it anyway is it helps sort of mimic, like there being actual, like chicken in there, by going again offering a different sort of textural contrast because you get the rice and everything like that, but then you get the somewhat little bit squishier version, or squishier texture with the noodles. So I think that's what they're going for with it. It's kind of interesting, I guess. It's not a bad textural combination, I'll say that. It's definitely carbs on top of carbs. The flavor itself is, kind of, there's a General Tso's aspect to it. I'm honestly kind of surprised that it doesn't taste a little bit more like General Tso's because, like, you would think all that is, like, if you're omitting the chicken anyway, all you really have to do is just sort of recreate that seasoning. And I'm not going to say there's nothing to it. Like I said, it's there to an extent. Um, but it's definitely much diminished from, like a proper General Tso's sauce. And it's kind of, I don't know, it feels more just kind of generic Asian sauce instead of really feeling like a proper like General Tso's type sauce. But it's not bad for what it is. I mean, it's a little bit sweet, a little bit tangy, um, a little bit savory. It's doing what it needs to do. I don't know for me personally, like, if you didn't tell me it was General Tso's, I don't know that that's where my brain would go to as like a first option. Um, I would maybe think like something with like sort of maybe like a mild teriyaki base or something, but it's definitely not sweet enough for a teriyaki. That's why I said like it's a teriyaki base. Um, but in terms of just the flavor itself, outside of whether or not it tastes much like General Tso's, yeah, I mean it's perfectly fine. It's nothing to write home about. Um, I don't think I've done a few of these stir fry things from cup noodles. This one, definitely not my favorite, but definitely not my least favorite. It's in there. It's a little bit closer to the bottom than the top. Like, I don't mind it, but yeah, it's not a bad experience. But again, it's not my favorite from the stir fry line. Yeah, I don't know. Two questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Um, Probably not. And I think for me personally, and I tend to be very forgiving when it comes to these like cup meal things because like I'm this guy, right? This is who I am. So I like these things because they're quick, they're easy, and I don't have to do a lot of prep work and bullshit to make them happen. Plus they're cheap, so there's that too. Uh, but I think for me personally, like I don't dislike this one, but it's like I don't know. I feel like in some ways it's a little overly ambitious with again, them trying to mimic the not only the General Tso's General Tso's taste, but doing the noodles and the rice. I don't know, like I don't think it's bad or anything, but like I don't know, it just feels a little bit. Mm. And then on the other end is like in certain areas it feels like it under delivers because like I said, I don't really feel like the General Tso's sauce really packs like the proper General Tso's taste. It has a little bit to it. It is flavorful, like to its credit, 100%. It's a very flavorful dish. You like I said, you've got the different General Tso's elements in there. You have also like just the other sort of herbs and seasonings and stuff. Like it's not bad or anything, but when I think about it, you know, is this something that I would go over there and add in to my lineup of these like instant, food items? And I don't think it is. I think there's ones from cup noodles that I prefer quite a bit anyway, and there's other rice bowls that I like more. So yeah, it's not a bad thing, but it's not something I would go to. And if I'm recommending it, when I'm recommending these like instant meal things, it's like, okay, who am I recommending them for? Am I recommending them for people like me who are basically just a little bit too lazy to cook? Or am I recommending them to people who, are probably a little bit better at being adults and, they just, maybe they need it as a lunch item or something like that. And the thing is, like, it's not a bad thing, but I don't know. I really do feel like there's just other options available that I think hit better. This is one of those ones, if you're interested, give it a shot. It's not, again, not bad, but it's a little bit, I don't know. I want to, it's like slightly off-putting for me, I guess. Again, because I just feel like it's trying to do too much and then not enough at the same time. And it doesn't end up really fully succeeding. I would definitely recommend quite a few other stir-fry line items, as well as I don't know how many other instant noodles, stuff like that before this. But it's not bad. It's certainly not the worst thing that I've had. Um, yeah, it's one of those, if you want to try it. But I don't know. I can't really give it like a full endorsement. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there yourselves a truly proper General Tso's chicken-tastic rest of your life. Because, General Tso's chicken, come on now. I need to review some General Tso's chicken. It's been a while since I've had some. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on General Tso's chicken? It's not like a favorite item of mine when it comes to like Chinese food and stuff, but like, I'll get it every now and again. More of a sesame chicken guy, then you got like your orange chickens, your sweet and sours. General Tso's, it's in the mix, but I've never disliked it, but that's why I'm thinking, maybe I should do some reviews of it, because it's been a while since I've had it. But anyway, what do you think?